Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. And the topic of this 10-minute moan is just another bit of craziness from the Reform Party. Well, two bits actually. It's endorsement of a candidate and the behaviour of his team when they're out campaigning by an endorsement by Nigel Farage, and the statement in a newspaper article about that candidate where his branch manager gives his opinions. Now, just to give you a wee bit of backdrop on this, I did at one point, about a year ago, want to become a member of Reform. And my opinion was that I would become a member and then potentially ask them if I could be a candidate for them in Holyrood 2026. But then the day before the Scottish elections, I felt I couldn't do that anymore because I'm a Scottish Unionist, and I felt the things that the party had done at that time, which was put up numerous candidates who were Scottish nationalists or separatists. They had a second in charge who was saying that he was a nationalist and he wanted an independent Scotland, and when the time was right, he'd voted for one before, and if the time was right, he would do it again. And he also was wanting, this is the second in charge in Scotland, wanted another referendum for Scotland in 2039. That was actually on their own website until members pointed it out to them around about January 2024 that this probably wasn't a good thing to have on your website when you're telling the public that you're a unionist party. So that was my history with Reform, and then the 3rd of July I decided, no, I can't do this. I cannot be a supporter of theirs. I don't want to be a candidate of theirs. I don't want to be a member. So that was me. But at that time, I must admit, I was still like, you know what, I hope you're well down south at other areas of the United Kingdom, but your Scotland thing, you're no for me. So that was me. So I wasn't a fan of theirs, but I was like, I hope you do all right in the rest of the world. But I must admit, since the sort of time about the Rupert Lowe stuff, I'm like, no, he's no different from any other party. So what I want to do is I want to share 3 things with you, which I just think, who are you actually representing now? What are you? Because I kind of don't know anymore. And you've still got this ambiguity when they talk about immigration. Well, they say they want to stop illegal immigration, but Nigel Farage has still not changed his plea from an interview he done months ago where he said, no, we're not going to get rid of the people that are already here illegally. Well, what's the point? There's more people here illegally than there comes in a year. So you're kind of not solving much of the problem if you don't deport the ones who are here already illegally. But this is just another. So the first thing I want to show you, this is Nigel Farage tweeting today about a candidate in the local elections on the 1st of May and how he totally endorses this candidate. So there's Nigel's tweet for you to digest. And the next short video I want to show you, this is the same candidate out campaigning. I'm just like, but then you've got to remember, this is also Nigel Farage's party who said we must embrace Islam because, we're going to be, a rising population in the UK and a rising percentage of the UK population are going to be Muslim soon, so we need to kind of embrace them. And then you see this on our streets.
Reform, vote for Reform, vote for Raj Forhad. Vote for Reform, vote for Raj Forhad. Vote for July, 4th of July. 4th of July Reform. Vote for Raj Forhad. Reform UK, vote Raj Forhad. Vote for Reform, vote for Raj Forhad, 4th of July. For South.
So I just think that's pretty bizarre. It's like, who are we pitching to here? Because there's this notion, still held by some. I mean, every day, every passing week, I see more and more people who have done the same journey as me. They thought Reform were going to be the answer and then realise through time that they're not. And I see more and more people every day. And these people tend to be proper UK patriotic unionists. Some of them, to be fair, some of the ones down south that are Reform supporters that I speak to, I don't believe they're unionists. I think that they're more, they would they wouldn't be bothered if England was its own independent country. So maybe unionists is not embracing everybody, but they certainly are all patriotic people. And their concerns are the amount of illegal immigrants we've got, the amount of fake asylum we've got, the Islamification of our country, the safety of our children, all these things, and the lack of housing, are all concerns that I would suggest the vast majority, if not all those who support Nigel Farage and Reform have as concerns. But the party don't seem to be as, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, don't seem to have those same standards and same concerns. Staying up to date with events around the world can be difficult, where it's impossible to consult a single source for the full story. Narratives that shape public opinion often just reinforce media and corporate-backed vested interests. It's hard to know what information to trust. See what the media is exaggerating, sensationalising, over or under reporting. That's why I've been using Ground News. Ground News is an app and website that combines news from around the world in one place so you can compare coverage. For every news source, you can see if it has any political bias, how reliable the reporting is, and who owns them. They even have a blind spot feed that highlights news disproportionately covered by one side of the political spectrum. Take a data-driven view on the news and stay current. Get news from thousands of sources worldwide in one place. I've been using Ground News to help me get all the world's news in one place and give a more balanced opinion on what we read and viewing who is telling us the truth and who isn't. Subscribe via my link to get 40% off the Vantage subscription. It's the one I use to get unlimited access to every feature. Your subscription can not only help my channel, but also help Ground News, as it makes the media landscape more transparent. So the last thing I want to show you is, this is the guy who Nigel Farage has just told us is a great candidate for reform. This is an article which I think Nigel was included in his tweet. And when you read the article and go further down it, his branch manager of this candidate says quite clearly that, you know, the slavery was a terrible thing and repatriation money should be forthcoming from the United Kingdom. Now, how much a patriotic Brit are you if you say we should be giving repatriation money out? I don't see how you square that up. And listen, I'm not saying we should be proud of slavery. Far from it. It was a horrible part of the history of the world. No United Kingdom or just our part of that. But what's indisputable is that it was the United Kingdom, Great Britain, and the Navy in particular, that lost life, spent loads of money, ending the trade then as it was back then. I mean, slavery's still going on today, unfortunately. But as a worldwide thing, it was the British Navy that stopped that. But nobody wants to tell you about that. And the people that were trading in slaves were not all white. Because what didn't happen was, we didn't take boats to the west coast of Africa, come away inland and, you know, pull out people out of villages and force them into boats. That didn't happen. It was African people would bring them to the harbour towns and sell them. So these people that inhabit those, and the generations after that, do they need to pay repatriation money as well? Is that where we're going with this? So if you enjoyed this video, if you want other people to see it, do 1, 2 or 3 of the following things. Hit the like button, hit share, and put some...
Everyone else, have a great day. Cheerio, bye now.